Welcome to GameDemo.com's review of BioShock. BioShock in this review come with a mature rating for blood and gore, drug reference, intense violence, sexual themes, and strong language. The system requirements: you need Windows XP or Vista, Pentium 4, 2.4 GHz, 1 GB of RAM, video card 9.0C compatible, 128 megs, and an internet connection for activation. The game was reviewed on a Alienware machine with the following specs. Based on our personal experience with Alienware, we do not recommend them. You can see our Alienware review at GameDemo.com. BioShock's developer, 2K, Boston, and Australia. The game review is done by Kevin Carney. Here's a little background on me so you know where I'm coming from with this review. Just a quickie bio to see if you want to agree with my tastes. I grew up with a TRS-80 with a massive 4K and then spent about $400 upgrading it to 16K. In terms of taste, love the History Channel and looking back at the retro look of our future, or our present day, and what they considered to be the possibilities that awaited them and that have now become our reality, and how, for lack of a better word, silly they were. And it makes me wonder, what if their version of our present day was actually a reality? And that's what's cool about this game. It lets you play in that possibility. Anyway, I feel the window of my caffeine-induced creativity starting to close, so we need to get on to the review. At the beginning of the game, a window appears that allows you to create a new game, as well as choose various options. You'll notice that there's no multiplayer option. This is a single-player game only. It does have 3 levels of difficulty, those being easy, medium, and hard for those of you that have played lots of shooters. Now, during my editing of this, I was forced with a decision: do I show spoilers or not? Just to cut to the chase, we really enjoyed this game. And so as not to ruin it for those of you that might enjoy it as well, I'm going to be very general and vague. That's why I'm showing the load up screen here rather than going straight into game details, showing all the weapons available. However, I can talk about a few of them. You have your basics: the wrench, the pistol, shotgun, and then as the game progresses you get some unique power-ups. This is the opening sequence of the game. You're in an aircraft.
They told me, son, you're special. You were born to do great things. You know what? They were right.
Pretty impressive that back in the 1960s they had an aircraft that would actually have a GPWS. Sorry, me being lame. And so starts the game, BioShock. The opening sequence, you start after a plane crash in the middle of the ocean. I'm going to fast forward most of this. So you come up to the above water, you see a structure in the water, you swim to it, you enter it, and so starts the game. I'm going to talk about graphics. Now remember, I used to have a TRS-80, so I'm not a graphics whore. However, we'd still be using that TRS-80 if people didn't enjoy improved graphics. You saw the specs of our machine at the beginning of this, and the graphics are very impressive, and there are sights to behold, but just as equally as impressive as the graphics are is the gameplay. Here's the premise of the game. You sort of inject yourself with this stuff that alters your genetic code, allowing you to have these special power-ups.
Steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
Not only are the graphics impressive, but some of the sequences, the dialogue, are just as equally as impressive. Such as this dialogue. Initially I wasn't going to include it. However, it's just a little sequence that I loved. I had to stop the game and go back so that I could hear him say it again. Setup is, this is a guy that has a macabre idea of what art is. He basically uses violence to create art, and then here he is trying to expedite your efforts in getting your tasks accomplished.
You've your own canvas, one you paint with the blood of a man I once loved. Yes, I'll send you, Brian. But first, you must be part of my masterpiece. Go to the atrium. Hurry now. My muse is a fickle bitch with a very short attention span.
Alright, well I hope I didn't build it up too much. But there's also visual sequences that are just totally off the wall cool, whatever you want to call it. Here's one that I loved as well.
Why is it today and not then when you were warm and sweet? Why can't Mommy hold you to her breast and feel your teeth? Oh, no. No, 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 no.
Now, if you notice, I didn't swing first. She took the first swing. I'm just defending myself here. And there's wax sequences like that throughout the game. It's just really cool. Anyway, alright, we press on. Alright, some in-game stuff. They have a arrow that's on the top of the screen that guides you to your next objective. This can really expedite things and, in my opinion, shorten the game. What I would do is I would use it as a reference and basically go opposite, left and right of where I should be, just covering everything, getting as much ammo and power-ups as I could. And then when I was finally bored, I would progress to the objective. You can turn the arrow off if you choose in the options. The whole point of this is that I really enjoyed the game, and I was trying to stretch it out as much as I could because I'd see my progression and know that I was about halfway, 3/4 of the way through the game. So I was milking it for all it was worth. All right, moving on to hacking. There's various items in the game that can be hacked. These are sentry guns that I'm trying to hack into. I'll be able to get one, taking two on at once, a little more than I anticipated, but here we go. Alright, you enter the hack page. Basically, it's one of those pipe games where you have to get the liquid to flow smoothly from one side to the other, uncover tiles, and then connect them so that the liquid will flow uninterrupted from one side to the other. Depending on the difficulty of the hack, the screen may be just a few tiles, like let's say 4x4, and there might be only one way to get the fluid from one side to the other, and if you miss, you can set off sentry alarms and then bad things happen. But anyway, there's a successful hack. Okay, enough said about that. I don't want to ruin it for you. Power-ups. Here's one really unique aspect of the game. Throughout the game you'll be able to find power-ups, buy them, build them, and this is a gen bank where they're stored and where you can select which ones you have at your disposal in the actual gameplay. They each have different abilities. Just to name a few here, there's one that will allow you to turn your enemies against one another. They'll start to attack one another rather than you. You've seen me use the electric bolt. You can freeze guys, set them on fire. Let's see, what else? Telekinesis, you can move objects around. There's a target dummy that will display your image so that they'll attack that rather than you. There's just a lot of really unique power-ups that you'll be able to use in combination with your regular weapons. Okay, I can go on and on about this game, but let's just cut to the chase. Our rating, rather than giving it a 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5, just like to say that we played it all the way through and we wished for more. And favorite game on the TRS-80, Dungeons of Daggereth, also available at GameDemo.com.